Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It would appear that the internet is again ablaze, and this time not about Kamala Harris or Trump, but it is about Trump supporters. The one that is actually creating a firestorm at the moment would be Joe Biden, the actual apparent president of the United States, who decided to, I think he's actually really pissed, to be honest. I think he's pissed that the Democrats replaced him with the likes of Kamala Harris, who is a weak person. She doesn't have an IQ above 50. I actually believe that. I don't think she can lead anything, let alone her own damn life. It seems like everybody is just like trying to lead her life for her. And she can't actually do a proper speech without a teleprompter or notes in front of her. You name it, she is a colossal failure. But it seems like Joe Biden is trying to sabotage her because not even a week left until the biggest election ever, whether it's going to decide the positive future for the United States under Trump or the actual destruction and devastation under Kamala Harris. Because I don't believe for 1 second that America would be left standing. And I think the other countries of the world are watching very, very closely. They were watching for Biden, but they at least didn't do anything really, except for obviously Russia and October the 6th and you name it, everything else after that. But it could have been a lot worse. Let me just say that. And I think it would be a lot worse if they knew that Kamala Harris, Commie Harris, is in a position of power to lead not just the country of the United States, but the rest of the world. Because if America goes down, we're screwed, man. The rest of the world is done. Just saying that. They are the biggest power in the world. And all of these other, like China, North Korea, Russia, they're all watching to see what's going to happen. Is it going to be Trump? I hope to God that it is. Or is it going to be Commie Harris? And it would appear that Joe Biden is rather pissed. So what would you do 1 week, not even a week out before the biggest election? You try and sabotage her in whatever way you can. And that includes going after Donald Trump supporters, half the country, and you call them garbage. Now, Biden is obviously in his basement somewhere, not on the campaign trail. And this is on the heels of Commie Harris apparently making a brilliant speech. I'm putting that in air quotes because she actually really attacked Trump more times than I care to count during the speech of so-called unity and love and peace and all that sort of other nonsense that she spouts. But yet she's attacking Trump. And she was saying something along the lines of, in January 6th, Trump incited a riot at the Capitol when he denied that he lost the election. We've had enough. We get it. Trump didn't incite anything. He told people to be peaceful. He did not incite it. They tried to impeach him. They lost. They tried to indict him. They lost. They tried to kill him. They lost. Twice. Almost a third time. They've lost. They've got nothing else. So what do? They call him Hitler. They also say stuff like this. They say that Trump supporters are the worst demoralizing human beings on the face of the earth. You're talking about over half of the American population, for goodness sake. What's wrong with you? You're the party of so-called unity, but yet you're calling a Republican leader, the primary candidate for being the president, you're calling him a fascist and a Hitler and a dictator and all that sort of stuff. You're taking things way out of context. So much for being the party of unity and tolerance and all that other nonsense that you spout. I'm sick of it. We've all got Hitler fatigue. And to think you would actually compare somebody to that person is just egregious. It is despicable behavior. I thought the Democrats are better than that. At least you would hope to think that, right? But no, they're degrading. They're demoralizing. What else would you try and do to try and win? You paint the other person out to be like the worst person in history. And Hitler does come close, by the way. He is literally one of the worst people to ever existed. There are worse people out there, believe you me, that have killed far more people, believe you me. Mao being one of them, killed however many of his own people. Stalin. Do I need to name any more? But this is the kind of campaign that Kamala Harris is running. She's running a scare and hate campaign. And it seems to be, for the most part, that I've seen at least, working. People actually hate Trump more than they love Harris. They don't care about Harris. In fact, they're like, oh, I've got no choice. I just don't want to vote for Trump. I would much rather vote in a communist who has actually got a communist father. I'd much rather vote her in, someone that's got no IQ at all, can't make any sense, is worse than Biden. Much rather vote in her than actually bring in Trump. It's going to bring about world peace. That is a problem, man. Big time. Now, on the heels of Biden saying that Trump voters are garbage, obviously the mainstream media are trying to do damage control at the moment, and they're failing at it. Now, Karine Jean-Pierre, let's start with this, shall we? Karine Jean-Pierre is also trying to do damage control as well for Biden. And apparently what Biden said isn't what Biden said. It's got nothing to do with what Biden said. So have a watch of Karine Jean-Pierre try and tell the press that Biden's comment last night was not what you heard.
Does he think less of Americans who support Trump than he does of those who do not? Yeah. And two, why is he using that kind of rhetoric? How is that presidential?
So a couple of things. So just to clarify, he was not calling Trump supporters garbage, which is why he this is why he wanted to make sure that we put out a statement that clarified what he meant and what he was trying to say. And so just want to make that very clear for folks who are watching.
Just to clarify, couple of things. Just to clarify, he was not calling Trump supporters garbage. Okay, what is this?
Or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of things is unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Oh, and he didn't say it in a joking manner. Now, for a little bit of context, the reason why Joe Biden was talking about Puerto Rico is we have to go back to the Trump rally when Tony Hinchcliffe, who happens to be a roast comedian, man, he's a comedian. He made a joke, albeit of poor taste, right? He made a joke, but the problem is the internet took this one comment that Tony Hinchcliffe made, and apparently the entire bloody media happens to be Puerto Rican because they just went nuts. Even AOC, Tim Waltz, they were analyzing the joke, that's what it was. It was a joke. I've seen so many people say, oh, I didn't laugh. I didn't see it as it being funny. But the problem is the mainstream media has been reporting on the actual garbage issue in Puerto Rico. So what is it, man? Like he was stating an actual fact in the form of a joke, but people just didn't like it at all. So that's the context surrounding the Tony Hinchcliffe rally thing at Madison Square Garden. And obviously the Trump campaign didn't know what he was going to say, and they condemned it, and they didn't want to upset Puerto Ricans. But the thing is, you have a video circulating also online, which I saw. I don't know if it's accurate or not, so I'll just point that out. But you had the Puerto Ricans lining up in Puerto Rico with Trump signs and flags and all this other stuff, saying they're all in favor and support of Donald Trump. So I don't think they really cared. Now, personally, I think people just need to grow the hell up. Like, it's a joke, man. I think today we've got so many sensitive dingbats running around and going, oh, I'm going to politicize this joke. It is outrageous. Joe Biden wasn't making a joke. He was being dead serious when he said it. And obviously, Karine Jean-Pierre and the mainstream media are now having to run damage control. Oh, what you keep in mind, the mainstream media, Karine Jean-Pierre and everybody else, are the major party of, well, yes, party, but also they are the best gaslighters in the entire bloody world, as it would seem. So the New York Times said this: Biden appears, it appears that Biden insulted Trump supporters as garbage, but quickly tries to clarify. Biden did no such thing. He said it. He was serious when he said it. But according to the New York Times, it appears that Biden said it. He didn't actually say it, but it appears that he said it. This is how terrible the New York Times actually is in the legacy media. Like, are you for real? It happened on CNN. Everyone heard it. Michael Schellenberger goes, the New York Times says Biden only appeared to call Trump voters garbage. That's disinformation. So why is it that we get in trouble for misinformation sometimes, which may not actually be misinformation? Disinformation is intentional. You're trying to mislead people. That's what they're doing by saying appeared like he did it. Not he did do it. Oh dear, what are we going to do? No. It appeared. And obviously the New York Times can't not report on this, but what they do is they just throw out disinformation. What Biden said is clear from the video. And now the White House has altered the official transcript in a potential violation of the Presidential Records Act. The party of tolerance, the party of truth, people, right there. Lying sons of you-know-whats. I hate liars, man. I really do. And the mainstream media is just the best at it these days, especially when it comes to the far left. Like, what's happened? They've just gone, young college kids straight out of university coming in and they got these woke, stupid ideals. You know what? Let's spin this story, shall we? We can't make Biden look out to be like the person that he actually is. But everyone's going, he's a senile old man. Everyone knows that. No one really cares what he says. It does kind of matter when you've got the sitting president of the United States calling half of the country, over half the country, garbage floating around. Now, I personally think, once again, it was Biden trying to sabotage Kamala Harris. We'll make another video about Kamala Harris's response when she heard about this. But almost a week out, man, what can you do? If this is going to send people to the polls, I think it will. We'll see. Piers Morgan goes, Joe Biden calling Trump supporters garbage is even worse than Hillary Clinton calling them a basket of deplorables. What's worse than a basket of deplorables, you may be wondering? Garbage, man. Human waste. And will be the final nail in Kamala's election chances. Just staggering that he spewed this from his basement on a Skype call as she was making her closing argument. Yes, the party of peace and love and unity. Nah, you're all garbage, man. Now, on the heels of this is why I love Trump, man. Trump and his team are bloody brilliant. So, because Biden and Trump was actually briefed on this live when he was at his own rally, I think in Wisconsin. I'm not actually sure where it was. He might have been in Wisconsin. Let's just go with that. So he was at the rally and someone briefed him on what Biden had just said. His reaction was not good. Now, the next day, what does he do? Have a watch of this.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
How do you like my garbage truck? Trump, Vivek Ramaswamy, Benny Johnson, and countless other Republican people are actually going with it. It's fantastic. This is how you actually are supposed to spin something as vile as what Joe Biden said. You actually do something like this. Like, I love this, man. I just thought it was brilliant. Trump rocking up in a garbage truck with Trump Make America Great Again on the garbage truck. And then there's a video of him driving around. It's perfect, man. This is how you do a campaign. This is how you do it. This is how you unify people. This is how you show people what you're all about. That, yes, it was a vile comment, but let's make something of it, shall we? Let's turn it all around. How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden. Brilliant. It's perfect. Too perfect, in fact. Anyway, my friends, I thought you guys would find this, the last bit, I should say, funny. I certainly did. But you guys take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.